Hey, you.
I didn't notice the time.
Hey, you. You listening right now. What's up?
Welcome to Quarantine Edition. Nope. I think that's wrong if we say welcome to Quarantine Edition because we've always been in self-quarantine since ever.
We're trendsetters, so people are like following our trend now of like social distancing.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, trendsetters.
I just realized that we used to social distance. I remember that time we went to a party and then we were about to leave, but then we saw people coming in and we looked at each other and we're like,
stop. We want to leave. And we're literally social distancing because Gabby's like far from me. Very far.
I don't think we're gonna see each other this year.
Yeah, me too.
Sad.
I've accepted it right away. Like,
I was like, yep.
I'm not gonna see anyone.
It's like, okay.
For a long time.
Anyway, she's Kalai, I'm Gabby, and welcome to Creepy Conversations.
Yeah. If you're a new listener, Gabby's in Singapore and I'm in the Philippines.
Why are you laughing? It's like, I'm in the
I
Philippines.
don't know why. Because our situation right now is a joke. No, I'm just kidding. Political right away.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I thought you meant like you and me, our situation is a joke, which is also true.
Yeah. It could apply to anything.
Yep, the entire world is a joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what else is a joke though?
What?
Issei Sagawa. And how his whole life is, basically.
He is such a loser. Like, he is like a loser.
He reminds me
of a loser's loser.
I saw his pictures and he kind of looks like this guy at work, someone from our finance team, and I'm like, oh man, can't look at him the same way again.
Without imagining Issei
Sagawa, yep. I feel so bad. I think that's the meanest thing to say. I'm sorry, but it's just like the facial features.
Dude, that is not. You're not redeeming yourself. Issei Sagawa does not look good.
I never.
But he doesn't like. Yeah, he doesn't. I would know because I'm attracted to Japanese men.
Same.
He does not.
Like nope. But my god. It makes sense though, because I mean, he was born prematurely and some of his physical attributes just didn't develop. So it makes sense that he's not.
How premature
attractive.
Was he? My mom was born prematurely and she looks okay.
Fine. Oh my god, did you just say your mom looks okay?
No! Like, what I meant was that she isn't deformed.
Everyone else out there is like, my mom is so beautiful. Yeah, and you're like, oh, my mom's okay.
No, I meant like okay physically, like not deformed. Jesus.
She's gonna get back from the grave and be like, bitch, you did not just say that.
Sorry, Mom.
Okay, I think we should start. Just a bit of background or like summary as to who Issei Sagawa is. For those of y'all who don't know, he's actually quite known. He's a well-known Japanese cannibal who killed and ate a Dutch woman in the 80s while living in Paris. And the crazy thing about this man is he was never tried for his crimes. He became an icon, like probably a D-list celebrity of some sort.
Yeah.
And he's still alive and out of prison to this day.
Yep.
So,
also, trigger warning, because this is gonna be, like, gory in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
So, use your skip button if you don't
don't.
Why are you listening to us if you don't like shit like that? But yeah, ready your skip buttons.
I'm pretty sure they live for this. Also, I'm eating yogurt because I'm always eating while we're recording. Anyway.
That's true.
I shouldn't actually be eating when we're gonna be talking about something gory, but YOLO.
It makes you hungry.
Unfortunately, yes. So yeah, he was born prematurely on April 26, 1949. So he would be, I think, 70? Is my math correct?
Don't ask me about numbers.
2020 minus 1949. He's 71. Oh my god, he's 71 today. And he was born into a wealthy family.
Very wealthy.
Yep. And even in his youth, he already had cannibalistic desires. I think it started in first grade, when he was in first grade, when he saw legs and he was like, yep, I want to eat that. And
he was also into bestiality.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Gross.
He did that with their dog.
With their dogs, ew.
Yeah, so we all know he was sick in the head. Like from the beginning, he was already sick in the head. Yeah. So when he was 24, that was actually the first time he acted on his cannibalistic urges.
Mm-hmm.
When he followed this German lady back home. Unfortunately for him, she woke up when he broke into her apartment and then called the police. And then he was fined with attempted rape. But they didn't know that his intentions were actually to eat her. Like, not in a sexual way. Like, just eat her, literally.
And she wanted to eat her buttocks.
Yeah! It's like, why?
Why?
Why eat that?
Why the butt?
He took the term eat that ass literally.
Literally!
It's so wrong. So, yeah, that was the first time. It was a fail. Thank God. But in 1977, when he was 27, he moved to France.
Wait, sorry. I remember something. Let's just go back to that when he broke into the apartment.
Yep.
And we mentioned that he wanted to eat the buttocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
He actually broke in, and then he thought of, like, eating the butt, as I said. But he didn't have any knife, so he went and looked for something else and found an umbrella. And as he was about to hit the girl with the umbrella to attack her, she woke up and called the cops.
Fuck, bro.
As I said, he's a fucking loser.
He's an idiot. Like, if you okay, not to teach people how to kill other people, but if your intention is that, at least come prepared.
Yeah. But he was just, I think his thing about his sexual desires are, like, impulsive.
Yep.
At that time. And I think he learned from that, as we'll see. Go ahead,
Yeah. So in 1977, he moved to France to pursue his PhD in literature. So he was very scholarly. And during his stay there, he would already bring in prostitutes back home every night in an attempt to shoot them.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he couldn't pull the trigger. I don't know why.
Because he's a little bitch.
And he even quoted in one of his interviews, "Almost every night I would bring a prostitute home and then try to shoot them from behind. It became less about wanting to eat them, but more an obsession with the idea that I simply had to carry out this ritual of killing a girl no matter what."
Ew.
So he didn't even, like, he just wanted to kill them, basically. I think he was trying to practice.
Also, it's funny to imagine because he was into, like, tall women.
Yeah.
Tall white women.
And he was tiny as fuck.
He was 4'9". Jesus, he's shorter than me.
He's shorter than us. 4'9", by the way, is 145.
Less than 5 feet, Joe.
145 cm.
Yeah, that's pretty short.
Yep, that's tiny. Oh my god, Jose Rizal is actually taller than him.
Right.
And
ew.
Jose Rizal is like 4'11". That's still short.
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't until 4 years later that he committed his infamous gruesome crime. So while he was in school, he struck up a friendship with a fellow student named Renee Hartvelt. Did I pronounce that right? I should have researched this.
It sounds correct.
It probably is. So she was teaching him German, and they actually enjoyed each other's company. So safe to say they were close friends.
Yeah. She actually wrote in her diary that she found him to be intelligent because he was able to like talk about paintings and like impressionism and expressionism and all the other shit.
Mhm.
He's show off.
Oh my god, we're gonna be in so much trouble if we meet someone like that and we're like, yes, you're my kind of person, and then turns out they're a cannibal.
I feel like we can tell. We have good instincts.
I would like to trust our instincts, yes.
Yeah.
So he occasionally invited her over for dinner. One day he invited her back to his flat for poetry reading. And as she was reading aloud in his living room, he shot her in the back of the neck with the rifle. And she was like instantly dead. Then he had sex with a dead body before he ate her.
See, he's so
And
gross.
this is like so like wrong on so many levels. Also, if he wanted to have sex with her, I think he would have gotten away with it when she was still alive because they're like close, and you can tell that they kind of like each other.
Yeah, that's how much of a loser he is. Like, he can't even be a normal person. Like, he's got to kill the woman just to. And do you know that he like made her what? He put alcohol in her tea so that she'd be like
Groggy and like
yeah. And she asked her if she wanted to sleep with him. He was like let's go to my bedroom and like, do you want to do it? And then Renee was like, no. So he was like, read the poem, and then went to his room and got the shotgun, which is like, what a loser.
God. But also, if I was the girl and that happened first, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like reading poetry right now.
I think she was being nice because she just turned him down. She was probably like, fuck, fine, let me just read this poetry.
Oh, man. But like, oh, in some sources, actually, this wasn't the first time he attempted to kill her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I read about that too. There's actually a really good documentary about it by Vice Media. It's so good. Y'all should watch it. But if you don't like crime scene photos, don't watch it. But it's good. So you should watch it.
He has everything, actually, like from documentaries to movies.
He loves to talk about himself.
Oh, yeah. He's very narcissistic and all of that. It's gross and chilling at the same time. Like, how can you revel in this and not be grossed out by yourself and feel guilty?
Exactly.
But yeah, so in another interview, he even said, I want to know the taste of human flesh, the young, beautiful girl's flesh, just one bite of the hips. When you fall in love, you really want to kiss her. It's just the same, and I wanted to taste her. I'm a cannibal, and it's an obsession. That's what he said.
Ew.
I don't like how he talks about it so nonchalantly.
Yeah.
It's as if like, yeah, this is normal. This is
is normal for me.
Yeah.
Y'all should do it too. It's so gross. I will not stop saying that. He's such a loser who thinks what he's doing is cool.
Yeah.
Because he has no actual concept of what being a cool person is like, which is
not
sad.
like him.
Yeah, sad for him.
Hey, but did you know I've also come across certain articles that referred to cannibalism as something that's a little bit normal in Japanese customs? I didn't really read much into it, but it also happened back in World War II. And they actually did that in the Philippines as well. Like, the Japanese soldiers would eat other people even when they're not hungry.
Oh, kind of like the tribes before. Because I read about the psychology of cannibalism, and it's usually for them. It's kind of like being... Also, Jeffrey Dahmer was like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not familiar with Jeffrey Dahmer, he's a serial killer who's also a cannibal. For him, it was also like to absorb or be one with the person that they're eating.
Yeah, that's
kind
what
of
they feel like.
Yeah, like a next level kind of like taking their soul and all that shit. But
to them, it's intimate.
Yeah, like it's a next level kind of sleeping with a person, but instead of like sleeping with a person,
They consume them.
it is, I don't get it. Like, no.
Me too.
If you like someone, you want to see them every day. You don't want to eat them, and you're gonna ship them out anyway.
Okay, I did not think of that, and that is gross. But yeah.
Right? Did that not get into their head? Like, they're not gonna be part of you forever.
It's just wrong on so many levels. I'd probably try to understand your situation if you're like in a position wherein there's really nothing else out there and you have to eat.
Yeah.
So like survival mode. But
yeah,
it's kind of like a last resort thing. But this isn't.
Exactly.
It makes it so sick.
Or if you're like part of a tribe that doesn't know better, like if you're not educated, then, you know, if that's like your only, source of education to like eat a person and like absorb them spiritually, like, okay, fine, I understand, because you didn't go to college and whatever, and like this like fucking loser, Issei Sagawa, he went to a good school.
He has a PhD. What the hell?
Like, why did you not use that to understand that they're not going to be with you forever?
Oh, by the way, I think we forgot to quote our sources. I got them from Wikipedia, Film Daily, All That's Interesting, SCMP, and The Guardian. These are all websites, by the way, and we'll link them up in our website.
Our website that we have. It's my fault because it's my job, and I just always
how's
forget.
That going?
I always forget.
I don't think we have a reason not to do stuff anymore because we're all stuck at home.
Yeah, I'll probably do it next week.
Probably. Hey, it's a holiday. It's a holiday. You don't have a Thursday and Friday.
No, we do. I do. We do.
Okay. So anyway, he ate the thigh, the butt, her breast, part of her lips, and her calves. And the thing is, sometimes he wouldn't even cook these body parts. He would just eat them raw.
Oh my god. Sorry, I forgot. Also, when he shot her and he saw that there was so much blood, because he's afraid of blood,
he fainted.
He fucking fainted.
I'm like, what a pussy.
A loser.
Like
he's such a little bitch. Which is why I fucking hate him. And also he bit, like the first time he bit her in the right thigh because it was far from the heart. So there would be less blood. How do you want to eat a person and not want to see blood? Like, I do not understand your logic, Issei.
It's so stupid, right? Like, can you imagine? It's like, yes, I shot her, and then faint.
Why did you not expect that there would be blood?
I think just like the first time wherein he forgot his knife, he also forgot, oh yeah, I'm afraid of blood. And he shot her on the neck. You bleed profusely from there.
And he also started talking to her, even though he knew that she was dead.
Yes, he even spoke to the body parts because he kept them in the fridge. I think he had like favorite parts and he would save it up like, oh, this time, this is the part that I want to eat. I can't remember where, but I think he even has like catalogs. Like he reminds himself, oh, this part is tender, this part is good. These are the stuff I don't want to eat.
Oh my god. And he also had like, when he first cut the skin off and he saw that he was shocked to realize that there was fat, which is like, you have a fucking PhD and you did not realize that there's fat underneath the skin. And he was like, oh, it was yellowish, like kind of like corn.
Yeah.
And so he like sliced deeper. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't have a PhD and I know fat.
I don't think we need a PhD for that to know like fats exist.
You learned that in elementary. The fuck?
It's like, oh, I thought it was just gonna be meat right away. What the hell?
Even animals have fat. That's what bacon's made of.
Yep. It's the good part. The bacon part. Even though I don't eat red meat anymore, but that's still a good part. Yeah, so I think he even have pictures. Like I said, he would catalog these things.
Ugh.
It's like when you go to a wet market and try to buy meat and stuff, and you'd have pictures and catalogs of the parts. And he kind of did that with her. It's
gross.
Like wrong on so many levels, because he didn't treat her like a person, and to think they were friends, you know?
Exactly. But for him, he thought of it as like his way of like showing his love to her.
Oh, so then he believes like he's worshipping her in some way.
Yeah, it's so one-sided.
Obviously, because she's dead.
Also, I feel like I also read this in the psychology of cannibalism. Like, it's their fear also of rejection. So they would rather like give their brain would make up the excuse that they would be one with them rather than, you know, actually being in a relationship with this person and probably breaking up with them in the future because they know deep down inside that they have this inferiority complex that they're not good enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Now that's like
really bitch.
And this is also the reason why some women are afraid to reject others. So anyway, he kept the body for 2 days and he decided he needed to get rid of it. So what he did was he put her remains in 2 large suitcases and hailed a cab to dump the body or like the suitcases in wait, I googled how to pronounce this. Bodilone. Yep.
Wow.
I was like, Bodilone. No, but it's spelled like Boisdebeoulogene. So there's that.
She made an effort, you guys.
Yes. And every French out there is like, what the fuck did she just say?
I was like, oh, where did you find the pronunciation?
It's like, huh? That's not even a word. Anyway, it's the thought that counts. A for effort.
A for effort.
So it wasn't long after that he was caught because 2 joggers found the suitcase and obviously they saw the remains and he was easily tracked through the cab driver. This is how stupid he was. Also,
when he like threw the luggage, he couldn't carry it.
This is big and he's so tiny.
And he's so fucking weak, so he had to pay the cab driver to carry it for him.
See?
That's how much of a loser he is. And he makes it sound like he's such a cool cannibal. Like, no. He couldn't even carry the fucking body.
This is why we call it a joke. Like, he is one of the jokes out there.
Biggest joke out of Japan.
Yeah. And also another reason why he couldn't carry it was he was frail. Like growing up,
he's sickly. Yeah.
Besides the fact that he was tiny, he was sickly, and his fingers were deformed. His feet and hands were tiny, so obviously he couldn't carry that.
If any other person, it'd be like, "Aw, it's him." So I just like, want to fucking laugh at him. Like, you can't even look like a fucking normal person. Oh my god. Stupid bitch.
And he's aware. He actually said, "I'm a very short, ugly, small man. So I always admire big, strong, and healthy people, especially beautiful girls. In my mind, eat and eaten is the same. So I don't mind being eaten by a young, beautiful girl."
Oh my god.
I'm like, huh? Dude. No, this is all wrong.
He is so and the place where he threw the luggage suitcases, it was across like a restaurant or something.
It was so visible.
Saw him throwing a fucking luggage. but they didn't mind because they thought that he was just throwing garbage, but
Yeah.
a lot of people saw him throwing something.
Like, it's so easy when they see that. Like, all the stuff in there is like, yeah, I saw that guy throw it.
Exactly. So fucking stupid. Anyway, go Gab.
It was... Yeah,
I keep on cutting you.
No, this is good. You're adding more information at the stupidity that I really don't know. This guy is so funny. I can't even take him seriously. I know the gravity of his crimes are so bad, but I can't help the fact that he's just so fucking dumb.
So stupid.
But even though he was traced back, he wasn't convicted of his murder at all because he was found to be clinically insane. So instead, he was sent to a psychiatric unit in Paris. But he was eventually deported back to Japan after authorities decided that they bloody couldn't foot the bill for the rest of his life, you know?
Yeah.
Some sources even claim that his parents actually petitioned for him to be sent back to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, the French were happy to get rid of him. So he was sent back to Japan. He was confined at the Matsuzawa Psychiatric Hospital in 1986. But the thing is, there was no clause in his deportation order that he should be locked up or whatever. So technically, the only reason why he was confined in the psychiatric hospital was because he was crazy, but it wasn't because the French authorities said, you need to lock him up.
The injustice.
I think that's why you just need to say or prove to people, I'm insane, I can't think for myself, therefore you cannot charge me for all the stupid things I've done.
Also, I think it was easy for them to be like, yep, he's stupid because that's how he looks like. I'm being so mean right now. I'm being a child, but I just fucking hate this dude.
No, I mean, I get the anger because it's so unfair that he ran free.
He gets to be free, yeah.
And he became a celebrity. Like, what? Where is the justice here?
Exactly.
There is no punishment. And so...
Gets to live his life.
When he was released in 1986, he was technically a free man. And from then on until the 90s, late 90s, he became a minor celebrity because the public was so intrigued by him and like how he did all those things. And also he was relishing in the fact that people were noticing him. So he was like, yes, interview me. I'm in the spotlight. I love this. I'm going to talk about myself and all that. And he has published novels. He has songs inspired by him. He has been a subject of multiple documentaries and magazine articles. And he even has a movie where he reenacts his crime. I think that came out in 2009 or 2010. Like the movie. What? Like so recent. God. But I don't think that's the only movie he has. He
became a softcore porn actor.
Yes! I was about to say that and I'm like, yuck. Why?
Also, in Goodreads, if you search his name, he's like an actual author there. Which is like, no! You shouldn't put him there. Like, yes, sure, he like published shit, but don't put him.
Like, don't support him.
Yeah, like it's an insult to other like authors who actually thought of actual stories.
Like someone decent, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a lot of novels, and he even has manga novels, like drawings of him. It's gross. And 90s, what a time to be alive. But then in early 2000s, it just went 360 for him, and he couldn't get a job. No one wanted to publish his books. People were actually getting it, that it was not okay.
Yeah.
And he even wasn't able to attend his parents' funeral. I don't know why, but like early 2000s was when things started to spiral downhill for him. And so, but he was still
Wait,
fine.
sorry. Before we go there,
Mm.
he had, like, because I mentioned that he became a softcore porn actor.
Mm-hmm.
He had, like, he was paid to have sex with this woman, like, to film it for 24 hours.
Yuck.
And then he was, like, he was supposed to, like, I think he was wearing a mask or something, but the thing was, like, he wasn't supposed to tell the girl that he was who he was, because everyone knew who he was. And then he eventually, like, this was in the Vice documentary. Like, he eventually, like, he could not keep it. He eventually told the girl, and then while he was telling, he even showed her pictures, like, from his manga, I think. I don't know what kind of pictures that he was showing her, but I think it was from his manga. But he was showing her pictures of what he did. And then when he mentioned about the thigh part, his co-star, like, kind of covered her legs. Like, he kind of got frightened.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she was like, oh, shit. But you know what's crazy? They became really good friends right after. And
what?
Because she was like, fuck it, I'm still getting paid, so I'm gonna sleep with him again. Like, they actually did it for, like, they actually accomplished the 24-hour thing, which is, like, sad for the girl, because, like, I think that's, like, internalized misogyny. But also, like, she didn't have a choice, because she was being paid for it.
No! I don't think...
If I was the girl, I'd be like, I'm out. Nope. You
it's
can keep your money.
There's not enough money out there in the world to tell me, like, hey, have sex with a cannibal, a really gross looking cannibal.
Exactly.
No.
Like, no way.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Like, no amount of race or whatever. Like, no shit, no way.
I'd probably just go tell myself, you know what? I'll just go strip.
Yeah.
I think it pays better.
Rather than sleeping with this motherfucker.
Oh, man. Wow, that's
anyway,
crazy.
I'm sorry.
So, yuck. Oh, man. This entire episode is just full of ew, gross, yuck.
Exactly. I was so upset, like,
it's
right
nasty.
after when I found out that she still slept with him. Like, for
Actually,
the 24 hours. It was like, gross. Like,
it's like, where's your self-respect?
So sorry for you. God. I feel like she was like, okay, sure, you needed to sleep with him because you were getting paid for it. But the fact that they became friends after, like, no. No.
Maybe she was just trying to ride his fame. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just making up reasons.
Like, I'm your friend now, so don't
eat me.
Eat me, maybe.
No, it doesn't work that way. I mean, like, his first victim was his friend.
Ugh.
But yeah, thankfully things went downhill for him in early 2000s. He couldn't get a job. Nobody wanted to publish his books, and
rightfully so.
Well, actually, it wasn't that bad for him yet, because he was still living off his inheritance. Because, like we said, he comes from a rich family. And also from the money he gained from his fame in the 90s. So that's what kind of kept him afloat for most of his life. But now he's a sad old man who's being taken care of by his brother. He has had a stroke. He intestinal problems. I think also from eating weird shit. Yeah. And he is disabled. Oh, and he's poor now too.
Yeah.
And he's
fucking hooray.
He's very sad about it, actually. Like, he was interviewed again in later years, and he was actually close to tears when he mentions all these things.
Oh, poor him. Boop fucking who.
Because he's not used to it. Like, at least you go through that because you never served jail time. You deserve to be in that position.
Exactly. And also, irritates me because I think that was the same interview where he said being known as a cannibal is torture. It's a terrible punishment. Like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. You're fucking alive right now, and the Renee died because of you for what? Because you liked her, and you're stupid.
And the thing is, he's the one who put the brand.
He put himself in that position.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What? Dude, how stupid can you get?
This is also the thing that I noticed about people that kill other people. They have like these narcissists. They have like, it's hard for me too, you know. Like, oh, is it hard for you? Like, I just want to be so mean to them.
They want to play the victim.
Yeah, like, no, you're not the victim. You killed the person. That's the victim and her family. Like, you were able to do whatever you want to do. Like, you did shit. You were able to live your life. And I'm pretty sure her family, like, they were torn up about it as well. Like, they couldn't, like, function well because you're out living your goddamn life and their daughter isn't. I'm so angry.
Yeah, I can feel the anger. Who hurt you?
His stupidity.
Do you think it would have been a different scenario if they kept him locked up in France?
I feel like the French people didn't care a lot about it because she was a Dutch woman and he's Japanese. For them, it was like, oh, the crime was committed here, but they're both not from here, so we're not directly affected by it. And they were, like, easy to, like, whatever, just, like, dispose of it because they don't want to do their jobs.
Oh my god, did you just diss the French authorities?
Back in the 90s, yes.
Everything
they probably
was
changed now.
Yeah.
And now, like, he got he had, like, a gastronomy or something. I don't know the actual term of the surgery. So now he can't even eat. And they have to feed him through his stomach. Like a tube through his stomach.
Yeah, he's, like, sickly, disabled, and just technically a vegetable.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst kind of punishment. Yeah.
Exactly. Karma's a bitch. Which is why you guys shouldn't
be a bitch.
Don't be a little bitch and kill the people that you like.
Karma's only a bitch if you're a bitch. So
exactly. Karma loves to give you a taste of your own medicine.
This is why coronavirus is happening to the world, because we're the virus.
Miss Rona.
What?
That's what the gays are calling coronavirus.
Miss Rona?
Yeah.
I'm taking that here. I'm gonna start calling Corona as Miss Rona.
Miss Rona's out there.
How is the situation there, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't gone out.
For a reason. For a good reason.
I don't think people are staying inside because I still see people. Because we live near the street. No, we live in like the street where a lot of cars pass by. The amount of cars are still kind of normal. Yeah. It's not like these people aren't doing, like, they're still out there, like, and also I still see people walking around not wearing masks. But the other day, when was that? Like, I had to go out because my online banking I got locked out. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I got locked out and I had to, like, activate it again through the ATM machine, and people were actually, like, wearing masks. And if they were, like, wearing masks, they were, like, tying their shirts over their faces. And yeah, lesser people in the streets, but they're still, like, I was like, this isn't what I imagined when people were, like, and when it was announced that everyone should be inside. I thought that there would be, like, less than, like, 20 people in the streets, but there's still so many people in the streets.
Actually, here too. But then again, how the government implemented stuff is quite different here. We're only just starting to work from home this Monday. So Yeah, it's still quite normal here. But people, don't be a dumb bitch, okay? Don't be a dumb bitch.
Don't.
And while you're in quarantine, look for fun. Look for something fun to do by subscribing to us, rating us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, sorry. Before we go there, another thing that you should be doing while in quarantine, listen to your fucking neighbors, because a lot of these people are trapped with their abusers. So the thing that you
Oh my
can do
God.
right now is, you know, watch out for each other.
Yep.
Listen to what's happening to your neighbors. If you have a fucking binocular, like, do that shit.
Oh my God, be a voyeur.
Yeah, do it. Save
Oh my
other
God.
people's lives, because there are children and women and even men that are being abused. So watch out for these people. Save someone while you're in quarantine, if you
But
can.
don't be a perv. Don't be a
Yeah.
perv.
And don't eat your partners, like, in a literal way.
I can't believe you just said that.
And don't get pregnant, people.
It's the
Now's
worst
not the
time. It's
to
the
be
worst
pregnant.
time. Do you know people are like naming their kids Corona?
Why though?
There's this person who named their kid COVID Bryant.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
There was one who even named it as, like, it was another COVID thing. Like, why would you want to name your kid after something that killed so many people? Like, I don't get it.
Yep. But
Instead of
anyway,
getting pregnant, listen to creepy conversations.
follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah. Click, rate, subscribe, leave a fucking review, because that helps us.
5 stars.
5 stars. Even if you hate us,
5
just
stars.
leave us 5 stars. Because just leave us 5 stars.
You don't
and
need
then,
a
like,
reason.
you can fucking tell us why you fucking hate us
But
in the comment section or in the review section. We'd be glad to, like, read it out loud here on our podcast.
We
Give
should
you
have
your
that.
15 seconds of fame.
Kind of like mean tweets.
Yeah.
But iTunes review, podcast review edition.
Follow us. We're both on Spotify and
iTunes.
If you have an iPhone, it's better to follow us on iTunes. It's the purple thing with, like,
the eye icon.
yeah, that one. So follow us there. You can also follow us on Spotify if you want. You do both. It's better for us.
Do both.
Better for you as well.
And thanks for creeping, you fucking creeper.
And remember, oh my God, Gabby had her first government follower on Instagram.
Oh my God. I followed back and then he never accepted.
Yeah. So it's the government. The government is always watching.
Bye.
Bye.